gets smaller.
Bigger.
Bigger, yeah. You get more casual readers and not so many, proportionately, hardcore readers.
I realized like my traffic sort of went off since like 2001. It was like sort of peaked then. It's a lot less now, but it's a lot better traffic. Like a lot better people coming to my site, and I'm able to spend a lot more time just emailing directly back and spending more time with people who really care about it.
You're probably getting less novelty visits and more.
Yeah.
I really like Sam. I'm going to check once a month, and every visit matters.
But yeah, because I'd be like on the front page of Yahoo or something for a month, and you get tons of traffic, but most of the people didn't care, and they're just coming there to check it out. So the traffic's not really
the lower quality evaporates, and you kind of had a good core look. I don't know if that really was suggested or not. Actually, go ahead.
Do you have any use for contact, like via email or a
Any
contact,
what?
email or a contact page? Have you guys, any of you found out, like through feedback, like if someone likes a character or dislikes a character, will you actually maybe use that character more or less?
I've adjusted things based on response, yeah. Or the classic, and I'll pass this on to you. The classic for me was I've sold hundreds of I Am 10 Ninjas t-shirts, which was a throwaway background, non-punchline line in the middle of a comic. But you get 10, 15 emails about people noticing the same detail, and you go, all right, this should be a shirt, or I should consider what made this enjoyable for people. And I don't know if these guys.
I would get emails occasionally. One of the characters in my strip is a goat named Tukinet, and I'd get emails occasionally asking why he hadn't been in the comic more recently. And every time I get one of those emails, I'd delay his reintroduction by a month.
This is why I can do better than you.
I think that if people are asking for something, it doesn't necessarily mean that that giving them more of it is good for them. I think it means it's effective, and you need to use it in small doses effectively.
You should understand what they're saying by reaction.
There's a difference between giving fans what they want and what they like you can give fans what they like and not what they want, because they're not always sure what they want. Like they're not the writers, so they want the same thing that they've seen before. They don't necessarily want you to take your work in a new direction. So
you don't want to end up with
they want what you tell them they want.
Yeah.
Where like that one character becomes the focus of the show.
Right.
But at the same time, you should listen and try to understand what you put out there that people react to.
Yeah.
And then do what you will with it.
If people like something, you can make it prominent in your comic without changing the quality of your comic. You can go with what people enjoy as long as you do it in a mold that's comfortable with you when you're writing the story.
So don't pander.
Yeah, exactly. Don't pander. Just you can work with your fans, and it's not destructive necessarily.
Front.
Sorry, am I involved in spam?
I'd love it if you did.
What was the question?
Do you read your email and change your raps based on the emails?
I have yet to change the raps based on the emails.
Like add extra cusses or something?
People do write it asking for extra cusses.
Yeah.
They really do. And I have to tell them that it's like, a family rapping organization.
Did you ever release an album and be like 20% more F-bomb?
I'm gonna write that on the cover of the new one just to see how it affects sales.
I'll show you where to get stickers and put them on like that. And who's that? Chris, you have? And then,
I was curious what you guys thought about the encroachment of corporate culture into webcomics.
it's gonna fail.
And why do you think that there's an encroachment of corporate culture?
Are you referring to anything like Zuda?
Oh, specifically Zuda, but
okay.
Everyone's got a webcomics initiative, right?
Yeah.
They're kind of few, yeah.
What do you guys think? I can be a dick, but you guys can probably do it better.
I think they've seen the success of webcomics and they say, oh, these comics are on the web and they're successful. All we need to do is put comics on the web and they'll be successful without actually realizing why they're successful. And I think until they figure that out, they will fail.
But a lot of the corporate initiatives are still going through editorial processes run by editors who are producing books that are selling less every year. So rather than follow the group, they're actually the same people are making choices and just using a different distribution method. And then dressing it up like a game show.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was something in the future that was more like, it started out independent, that got bought up, and became more corporate.
Yeah.
And then they put a ton of money behind it, and it would become something.
Well, if you took
But
something.
it seems like that's how a lot of things work in the web.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I love it. I love that, frankly. Volkswagen, are you out there? Right. I don't know. It's just funny though to see that all the money they put behind promoting it, and it's just like it's still smaller than a medium-sized web company. But again, they're also using it to secure intellectual property, so that's really where their success is getting rights and putting them in a bag.
That's it. Some people are I think, are doing it right. Like I just got signed by Random House. They're doing publishing my books. They're going to publish a few books through their Villard imprint, and they seem to get it. Like they haven't demanded any of my intellectual property, and they haven't, asked to change lots of things. And they're just content to work with me and be part of that process instead of trying to control it and make it more, amenable to people who drink coffee or whatever.
Did they ask to change anything?
Not yet.
Nothing yet?
Not yet.
What they're getting is a pre-made set of graphic novels with their own small marketing arm built in called a website. So it's a pretty good deal for them as opposed to finding another author. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Wait, you were first. Wow, a lot of questions then. You have a contract with a major company.
Just to follow up to the email question earlier, didn't you kill off that one guy with the funny hair because people didn't like him?
I was gonna kill him.
Oh, that was your decision?
Yeah. Well, I brought him out there and I did like a week of strips with a guy called Minty with
Yeah.
green hair. Actually named after a guy I knew in college. Well, I called him that from a distance. I wanted to just go through the motions of trying to make a really neat, distinct character, give him some screen time, and then just. I thought that was fun. That answer?
Yeah, that does. But I was also just curious. I know you've been using like Facebook and some of the other social sites. Do you find that brings people to your comic, or is
Twitter.
it just sort of and that's
Feedback.
does that just sort of consolidate your fans?
Can't hear the question.
What?
Can't hear the question.
He's asking if social networking sites like Facebook, MySpace, and all that help out. And, I mean, I would say, first off, yes, they remind people you're alive. So if they see you, they ping you on Facebook, and they'll go look at your site maybe. You guys use any of that?
Yeah.
Facebook's out, or do you guys have more of a
I'm
private?
too lazy. I don't.
I've signed up for like 30 different social networking services, and I use each of them for 48 hours. And I forget about them.
I see Warren Ellis with it. He trickles the fact that he's alive to people constantly, and it can't hurt.
And it surprises us every time.
Twitter's been pretty effective.
You can post your RSS feed to almost any of those social networking sites. So I have on Facebook and Twitter at least set up an RSS feed. So even if people don't look at it every day, even if it doesn't drive a lot of people to the comic every day, once in a while somebody will see the feed that they, a comic that they might have forgotten to read, and they'll go back and keep reading.
It's a tickle.
Yeah, exactly. It's a tickle.
Poke.
Who's their hand up for? I know you're the name.
I want to say something about that.
Yeah, okay. I do want to say hi real quick.
Just really.
Jump. Go.